everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. So here we are out on my balcony. It's a beautiful day, kind of cloudy. But anyway, my video today is going to be a quick tour of what I have growing on our balconies. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I rented community garden plots the last 2 summers. Well, I decided not to do that this season. We are doing the CSA, so we're getting tons of fresh vegetables from that. But then I was just really tired from gardening and I wanted a break from it. But because we have 2 balconies, I just can't not plant stuff. So I've got loads of stuff growing on both of our balconies, so I'm gonna give you a tour of that today. I do wanna mention that upstairs, like the upstairs is loaded. I can hardly water it. They're just buckets and pots and stuff everywhere. So one of my girlfriends is actually letting me keep a bunch of plants at her house this summer. So about 1/3 to 1/2 of what I show you upstairs is actually going to be removed to my friend's house today. And then I have more stuff to plant, so I'll replant, and then I'll probably end up taking more stuff over to her in the next couple weeks. So I've got a lot of stuff growing, and even though I don't have like loads of space, like you can grow a lot of stuff in a little amount of space. So anywho, let me show you what I've got growing. Alrighty, so here we are on the downstairs balcony. I don't have too much growing down here, but I do want to go through everything. And first we have to start off with the most special plant, the Kubi. Hi there, little one. You getting some afternoon fresh air? This is so good. Oh, that's so good for kitties. Yeah, so this is Kobe's spot. She likes to come out here in the morning when we have sunshine. But it's a nice cool day today, so she's getting a little afternoon nap outside. What a good girl. Yes, what an angel. I'm gonna get you some catnip out here. I don't have a catnip plant for you yet. Oh, you're so cute. You're like a little fox with your big old fluffy tail. Yeah, oh, that's good, Mom. Oh, that feels good. Alright, so over in this corner, I've got this cool bag. I actually used a lot of these felt bags this year for planting. I just thought they were pretty chic. I really like the color. Plus, they're a lot lighter than the terracotta pots. So this is a pot of herbs. So I've got 2 basils, and then I've got some oregano, and then one of these little guys is German thyme. I think it's that one, and then the other one is savory. And then up here I've got some greens. They're a bit wilted, I need to water them. And then I've got some more lettuces here. So on this one you can see there are all these cute little speckles on it. I can't remember the name of this green, but whatever type of lettuce this is, it comes out with this really pretty variegated leaf. And then in this final box I have some mosh, also known as corn salad. This is a beautiful green. How cute is that? Every time I go to France I always make sure to buy a lot of mosh because it's like super readily available there and it's so delicious. But let me tell you, this has been such a pain to grow. This has probably been in this pot for like at least 2 months, and this is all I've gotten. I think the birds may have eaten some of the seed, but I just find mosh to be so finicky. If anybody grows mosh, please let me know what I'm doing wrong. Alright, then on the other side of the kitten, I've got another bag of herbs. So actually all of these herb starts in this bag and that first bag I showed you, these are all from the CSA. We got a 9-pack of herbs last week. So in here, this baby is chervil? I don't really know what that is. And then this one is flat leaf Italian parsley. This guy is curly parsley, and then we have a sage. And then next to that pot of herbs, this is a Myers lemon tree. So it's doing pretty well. When I got this, it had absolutely no leaves and looked very sickly, but I think it looks okay now. So usually I leave this inside, but I wanted to get it outside for the summer. Well, I see another kitty inside. There's a kimchi. Hello. Alright, and then next to the lemon tree, I've got some peas going here, also in another bag. So yeah, these are just like sugar snap peas. I put a little kind of wonky looking trellis in here. I need to stabilize that a bit better. And then here I've got 1 big pot of basil. So this plant was purchased from Trader Joe's, and I love when I touch this because it just smells so good. Ugh, I love basil. And then next door we have some more basil. So these little dudes with kind of the curled leaves, those are just kind of like a regular basil. I think they're called Emily basil. And then these ones with like the flatter leaves, those are called lemon basil. And these ones I just started from seed. All right, and then I've got my citronella plant. So this guy looks a little bit leggy, a little bit sad, but this was actually from a clipping from my citronella plant from last season. My citronella plant became so massive and I didn't want to dump it. So I just took a bunch of clippings, put them into pots of dirt, and I had a whole bunch growing. I think I gave a couple to my mom. She overwatered them and they died. And then I think I overwatered one of mine. So this is the only one I have left, but I like to have citronella around for the bugs. All right, here I've got a couple sad little cans of herbs. I tried to grow some thyme from seed and some flat leaf Italian parsley. They're not doing a whole lot, but I really didn't want to just chuck them. And then finally here is kind of my little garden shelf. I need to add some stuff here. These are actually going to my friend this weekend. I take compost to. So that was actually from my CSA. That was their pollinator pack I mentioned a couple weeks ago. And then speaking of compost, this is compost. And I actually have like 7 more of the orange buckets in this little closet full of compost.
Okay, Kobe, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
All right, so here we are on the upstairs balcony. So obviously you can understand why I need to take some of these plants over to my friend's house. All right, so in all of the white buckets here, these are all tomato plants. So I filled the buckets up about halfway with potting mix. I added in some compost and also added in some bone meal. Apparently tomatoes like that. And yeah, the plants are pretty small. I did grow these from seed and I did start them about 3 weeks later than I should have, because I wasn't even planning on planting them and then I just thought I should. And now these are all extra tomato plants that I have. So I think once I take some of these plants to my friend's house, then I'll plant more of those. So I'd like to have a mix of plants at my friend's and then also on the balcony. And then here, these 3 bags are potatoes. So they've been planted at different times. So that one, I just planted this a few days ago and we've got a few little guys peeking through the soil there. So for the potatoes, I did not use proper seed potatoes or anything. I just used potatoes from the store, organic potatoes that were starting to sprout. And I did not label my potatoes, so when it comes time to harvest, it's just gonna be a big old surprise. All right, so let's see what else we have here. So the 2 bags, again, are with potatoes. So I think I have 5 bags of potatoes growing so far. And then the 2 white buckets there are Brussels sprouts. So I was given a couple Brussels sprout mini plants. So yeah, they're doing really well. They were very small when I got them. They're great now. This little pot here, I tried growing celery. You know how you can like sprout celery from when you buy a bunch of celery from the store? This one worked. That one was okay, but now he looks terrible, so that one's dead. And then otherwise I did plant some radishes in there. I think I'll probably end up just transplanting the celery to a smaller pot and using this pot for something else. This garden is certainly a work in progress. And then up here, I've got some nice spinach. I really need to harvest some of this. This looks so good. And then some kale here and some more spinach mixed in there. Aren't these bags so cute? I got these at Home Depot. This is a 3-gallon size. And I've got some green onions that I also sprouted from store-bought green onions. More spinach there. I've got some garlic here. I have no idea what I'm doing with the garlic, but I mean, it's sprouted. It seems to be doing something. It's not dead, so that's kind of a big experiment. And then down here, this is a chamomile plant. Man, that thing is tall. Holy cats, that thing grew fast. Down there, I've got just a couple containers of potatoes that are sprouting that I need to plant. And then in here, I've got a couple things of onions. So I've got like 1, 2, and then in the red over there, that's onion. And that was not from onion sets. These were all just from onions that were sprouting. Again, another big experiment. And then that is another chamomile plant right there. All right, and then finally the baskets here. This was arugula, and it was doing really well, but then I didn't harvest it, and then we got like crazy hot weather, and it just decided to die and go to seed. which is pretty much the same case with this. This was spinach, and this all just like went to seed and looks terrible. So I need to fix these 2 baskets. I need to rip this stuff out and replant some lettuce. And then this guy looks pretty crappy right now, but it's just because it needs to absorb some water. I just watered it. So this was, I think, just a mix of mesclun. I can't remember, but some type of green. This will do okay. I don't need to replant this one. So yeah, that is the upstairs balcony. And soon I'll have a lot of these plants gone and over at my friend's house, and I'll have a whole bunch more stuff to plant. And also, because I think this question is going to be asked in the comments later, I want to just mention the different sizes of these bags quickly. So this big honker, I believe, is a 15-gallon, and then this smaller size, like these 2, I believe are both a 10-gallon. And then I don't have any 7 gallons up here, but then these little ones are 3 gallons. I think the pot I had the peas in downstairs, I believe that was a 7-gallon. Actually, I think the peas and those 2 pots of herbs, those were both 7-gallon. All right, so there you go. That is what I have on both of my balconies. I mean, obviously I would love to have more space so I could grow way more stuff, but it's really handy to just be able to walk out on my balcony and water stuff and not have to drive for 15 minutes over to the garden. So anywho, I would love to know, are you guys gardening? What are you growing? Are you growing stuff in pots? Are you growing stuff in an actual garden? If you're doing a garden, are you doing like an in-ground garden? Are you doing a raised bed? Give me tons of ideas, because I'm always planning for my future garden. So I hope you guys are doing great and staying healthy and staying safe in this super chaotic time that we are living in. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.